All right, a big thanks to Cody Freeman for joining us right there. It is, folks. It is time to go down in the bus leagues. Brought to you, like we just said, by the Frisco Rough Riders.
Yeah.
We're going to start at Round Rock. We're going to go all the way down to down east. The Arizona Complex League has.
Yeah, they fired up too. You know,
I didn't.
They started early this year. It's I asked Josh Bonifay, the farm director, about it, and the teams voted on this, so they'll start a month earlier, end a month earlier. There are a lot of reasons for it, but a lot of it is the draft and trying to get guys onboarded and all of this stuff. It probably will be a little bit easier with them not having to worry about also playing a game, because they do all the onboarding in Arizona. So it's a way to, there's a 165 player limit now for minor league teams. So this gets a way to get the Dominican kids who've been in the DSL to get them on, while still keeping a good group of them in the Dominican. So it's a balancing act, and this is the way the teams voted to go. And but anyway, yeah, they started up, and it's good. I mean, it's good to have more stuff to talk about.
Yep. I didn't get my record on them yet. They just started. I've got a note from them, but we'll talk about that when we go to Hickory. First, we're going to go to AAA, the Round Rock Express. They are 19-16 right now. They are 7-3 in their last 10. Sean Anderson, who you talked about.
Yeah,
that's a guy that's.
Yeah, it's technically Jack Leiter's on the roster now too. So it's
they could make a 40-man move. There's some of these guys that they could probably slide over to.
Well, but yeah, when you look at the starting pitching, those are the two guys who I think would be candidates for starts in the big league level. Offensively, Sam Huff has 7 home runs. I was a little surprised he didn't get called up. Nothing against Jonathan Ornelas, but as the Rangers are talking about their woes against left-handed pitching, Sam Huff is a right-handed hitter. He could have DH'd, take all those DH at bats that Wyatt Langford was getting. I would have liked to have seen him get a chance. Big Huff guy. He's a big guy.
He can play first base in his pinch.
Yeah, I mean, he hits the ball a ton.
He hits it hard.
It just
when
seems
he barrels, he barrels.
It just seems like there was a lot of opportunity there for him. Derek Hill, the outfielder, he's still hot. So Blaine Krim is kind of picking things up a little bit more. So all guys we like, all good guys. So anyway, that's what's happening down there. And Antoine Kelly is back. And
yeah, he's healthy.
That's significant. He's on the 40. He's on the 40 man. So maybe he becomes a relief option too.
Yep. And we're going down there.
We are going down there at we're 3 weeks away. Going to do a live show or two down there.
Yep.
Talk to players and just generally have a good time. Good people down there, led by Chris Almendaris. And we've had a relationship with them for a couple of years now. They're just it's a fun place to go watch a ball game. So if you're in the Austin area and you've never been up there, get up there, because it's a good time, and it's guys who are in the major league players who are going to be in the major leagues. So you're going out there and seeing a good group of guys.
And speaking of that, also another partner of ours, Frisco Rough Riders. They're a AA affiliate. They're 19-11, 7-3 of their last 10. We had on Cody Freeman, who's got 4 home runs with the team. He's got almost 800 OPS right now.
Yeah.
Catching a lot, but not this year. This year he's playing a lot of third base.
Yeah.
We already talked about that. Other guys there, they just lost their closer.
Yeah.
Not to injury. That's important. Not to injury, but he is no longer in the organization. He is while Robbie Grossman's on the big league club, and I can hear half of you screaming who did not want that trade. But that is baseball. That is how this works.
Yeah, yeah. But Dane Acker had a rough one in his last outing, but he's still a guy. Josh Steven had a real nice start his last time out, so that's good. Aaron Zavala is heating up a little bit,
finally,
and after his year last year, Josh Hatcher was the Rangers minor league player of the month for April. So there are some good things happening down there, and they're 19-11. So winning baseball is fun.
Yeah,
and Frisco's playing pretty good.
Okay, high A, Hickory Crawdads. Finally got some good information to come from there. They are not 11-18. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Now, when I say good things, I'm not. What I'm talking about is not necessarily the record, but Cam Colley's back.
That is good.
He hit 2 home runs in the ACL on, I guess, a rehab or whatever, and came back. And last night he led off the game with a home run.
Well, that's good, and
he is climbing up.
He had a great spring.
Yep.
He played a lot in Cactus League games as a fill-in. He even started some. He really hit the ball well. He talked about some swing adjustments he'd made. Just such a good kid, and so that's good. You're still seeing some guys struggle down there, though. Sebastian Walcott's a little marginally better, I think. Yason Morabel, they're all just kind of waiting for something to click. On the pitching side, again, Winston Santos is just fantastic. He was the Rangers' minor league pitcher of the month.
He's kept it going.
That's probably one of the easiest decisions they've ever had to make when deciding these things. He's doing a good job. Probably a little concern with Aiden Curry, who hasn't had a very good start, but the Rangers still like Aiden, and Mitch Bratt. He's still down there. Just guys kind of still searching. Jackson Kelly, a reliever, had a nice April and was the minor league reliever of the month.
All right, guys, we're going to go after that. We got to go down East. They are the low A affiliate, the Down East Wood Ducks. They are 13-16 overall. They are 4-6 in their last 10. And these are the first full season affiliates. These are a lot of really young guys and a lot of guys that are just drafted.
Yeah.
And some of them are college age that were just drafted.
Yeah, sure.
But this is getting used to a schedule that they have never played before.
Yeah, and there are some guys who repeat, and they kind of stand out. And Glider Figueroa,
yeah, he's been doing well.
He has 7 home runs, and that's pretty good. He's hitting .218, which probably isn't good, but he's getting on base. He's walking a lot. So there's progress there. Also, Marcus Smith has made some progress. He's still not hitting great in terms of average, but he has power and speed, and he was the minor league defensive player of the month. So kudos to him. I think this is honestly his second or third season there. He got hurt early in one of those years, but and Jesus Lopez continues to just hit the ball pretty well down there. The 18-year-old catcher from Venezuela. Interesting. I was talking to a scout on the international side, and those Venezuela kids, because of the political unrest and the visa issues and all that stuff, they will drive to Colombia, and so a lot of the scouting of Venezuelan players takes place in Colombia.
No
and it's pretty funny that it's like, oh, things are terrible in Venezuela. It's not safe. Let's go to Colombia. Like if you grew up in the 80s, Colombia was like
that's where Pablo Escobar was.
cocaine central.
That's it.
And so it's kind of crazy that like all of a sudden, hey, let's go to the safe haven of Colombia. No, it doesn't add up to me. But it's pretty funny. But on the pitching side down there, you're gonna see a lot of guys who are starters who are like making relief appearances, but they're working on a starter schedule. They try to limit the innings on these guys, so they'll piggyback guys.
A lot of piggybacking. You're not going to see guys go
and they may switch. Like 1 week, one guy might start, the other guy might relieve, but that's where you come up with guys like Ryan Lobus and Alejandro Rosario, the kid from Miami, who throws it hard and you didn't know where it's going. Well, he kind of has an idea now where it's going. Colton Curtis, pretty good story, and an undrafted free agent. He's pitching really well. William Bormy, who's an international signee, pitching well. So a lot of guys down there who are pitching well. But this low A level, it's just going to be a rocky ride, up and down, up and down.
Sure.
Just young players, and then bringing players in, moving players around.
Is this their last year in Kinston?
It is. Yeah, they're going to move to Spartanburg with South Carolina. New stadium being built in Spartanburg.
All right, we're going to make a trip.
Well, yeah, we might have to, but
I'm talking about to Spartanburg.
Yeah.
I'm not Kinston. We're talking about next year. We may need to do a road trip. We need to plan a road trip and go to both Hickory and I guess Spartanburg or whatever they're going to call it.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Because if they're within, what's weird, guys, we're in Texas. So in Texas, you think about traveling between states or whatever, but you go into any other part of the country and you might go between 2 states to 2 cities and you might be 2.5 hours away.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, I remember going up into the Northeast and within an hour, I could go into 5 different states around, you'd go into Maryland and Delaware and Jersey. And, that stuff.
Right.
And you're like, it's all right here within a 15-mile radius, it seems like. And then in Texas, people are like, it seems like I drove 2 days to get across there. I'm like,
you probably did.
Yeah, if you went from one end to the other, you probably did, or from the far north to the south, you did.
Yeah.
So, but we need to do one of those. But hey, guys, we got some stuff coming up on the on Frisco. We can't announce it yet. We're going to get that all settled. But we are coming to Round Rock. We've told you about that. Anybody that's in the Round Rock area, around San Antonio or Austin, anywhere around there, and you want to come see us, come on up. We may come out and have a cold beer with you. I'm
not against it. Yeah.
I'm not against it. We'll be working a little bit, but we won't be in the Ranger game doing that. But we'll just be keeping tabs. We want to meet you guys all the time. We appreciate everybody that has been a part of this from when we started this little thing right at the bottom. And Jeff started Rangers Today, and it's grown into what it is. We will need to keep growing, keep this thing going.
Let's keep it growing.
And it's been so much fun, but we want to meet y'all. We've always answered questions on social media, whatever. But that's going to be some fun stuff going up. Anything else? We get this one shut down and get it.
No, but it's worth mentioning down there in Arizona. It's early for sure, but there are 2 outfielders who were great last year in the Dominican. Jeremy Cabrera, he's already got 3 home runs, and then Braylon Morel, who's another good one. But I mean, if you look
that's
at that,
a name that we've all kind of heard
but
of.
you kind of look at that outfield group in Arizona. Jose De Jesus, who is the other big signee, the Anthony Gutierrez year, I believe. Pablo Guerrero, who has the Guerrero bloodline. Maxon Martin, who was the 11th round pick last year, who the Rangers snuck in there right at the deadline to get him signed. So there's
what about the kid they signed the top pick of the international?
Yeah, he's Paulino Santana is going to be in the Dominican, and they're
I thought he was in the States.
No, they're not far either.
Okay,
they start in June. They're doing their extended program
we'll keep
right
up
now.
With those.
But pitching on the pitching side, Isaac Tiger is active and coming
starting?
back from a little shoulder woe I think he had.
That's my guy to
Caden
watch.
Scarborough, who was a 6th round pick last year out of high school, is there. So there are guys who will come and rehab. Johnny Cueto, for instance, is on the DSL roster. Right,
I forgot they signed him
at age 38, and Rangers are gonna see what he's got. I mean, at this point, with what they're dealing with,
our buddy Danny Duffy.
Hopefully he gets stretched. Yeah, hopefully Cueto gets stretched out quick, maybe, and can be an option. But the Rangers don't know, so they're going to see what they got. But there's some talent down there, and might be fun to watch if you're in Surprise. And it's not too hot yet, so get on out there.
Absolutely, guys. With this one, we're going to wrap it up, put it in the can.
Yeah.
Thanks for another great show. Thanks to Cody Freeman for joining us. It's always great for anybody to join us. We know what their schedules are like. They stop down and just get on with this nonsense we get on and bug them to death. But it's been a lot of fun. Rangers are coming back in town. They open the series with Colorado this weekend. For Jeff Wilson, I'm John Moore. Until next time, next week, guys, we'll see you at the yard.